Hello Eastview parents, and welcome to my online video open house chat. I'm Mr. Sharp, your son or daughter's instructor in AP Biology. I apologize, a little minor medical issue, and I was unable to be at open house evening to give you a background on the course. So I thought it important we have this connection, and I put this video together for you. We do have conferences in about a week, and I would like you to have some background before we sit down, because our time is limited on conference evening, and I want to make sure that we use it to the best benefit that we can. Here's the initial information that is very important for you. There's my contact information. Your fastest response most likely is going to come through email at thomas.sharp@district196.org, but absolutely use voicemail if that's more convenient or more accessible for you. I've also listed the different courses that I teach. Part of that will lead into the discussion I have when we get to Target Day information. But there's my contact information. Contact me anytime with any question that you might have in regards to the course. Okay? Here's important upcoming information that I want to pass along. Conferences are next weekend, so on Tuesday you'll get a form similar to this paper that I'm holding up. That's a pre-conference assessment, so I'm handing that out on October 4th for your child to bring home, go through with you, and you can sign it and look at how they feel that they are progressing in the course. And part of the reason I do that is just it's very difficult with 130 students. If you think of the conference timing on Thursday evening from 5 to 9 and Friday morning from 7 to 10 at 5 minutes a pop, that's really about 84 slots to fit a family in at 5 minutes a throw if we stuck to the time. And with about 130 students, it means it's impossible to one, see everybody, and two, really have any in-depth conversations. So a couple of things. Please go through and ask your child for that pre-conference assessment and walk through them. That may eliminate some of the questions that you are going to have. It can streamline our time. You may make that choice that your child is doing fine in here and focus your time in other courses. It doesn't matter to me. I would love to meet all of you, at least to put a face, a parent to a face, although early in the year I don't quite have all your children figured out. But anyhow, that's the purpose of the pre-conference assessment, and it can just streamline the time that we have. Another big time here, midterms are going to come out on October 5th. We are having our first real exam. We did a summer kind of practice exam for their summer reading in both of multiple choice and free response type questions that they will see on the big test in May. But our first real work will have been taken on that Monday, the 3rd of October. Whether those scores are ready and in the grade book, I hope they are, but that's a short turnaround. They won't be on the midterm. Hopefully we'll see them by conferences or shortly after. The other thing I want to point out is our first Target Day is October 21st. And while Target Days are very valuable, they are only 6 times a year for a short period of time. And I'm going to steal from my colleague who once made the statement that every day is Target Day if you want it. And so going back to the fact that I do teach 3 different courses, I won't always be targeting every course. I have to generally choose one that I want to focus on for that particular Target Day, and I can't tell you which one is going to be that first Target Day. That kind of depends on how this round of exams goes for all my courses, the first couple rounds of exams. But just know it's that day. No, I can't. But also know that I try and make myself as available as possible at any time. Here's basically Monday through Friday. I am here before school. I'm generally the first one in the building in the morning. Me and the overnight custodian say hello, and at any point Monday through Friday, your child can come through and ask any questions when they get to school, get the help that they need. Also, at least this quarter, I'm available 4th hour, 7th hour to some extent, and after school for help. Now, I do coach. I am the head coach of 2 sports, and so 7th hour and after school stuff really, and actually 4th hour since your student is in classes, are by appointment. And just, I try and work that to say, don't try and come to me that day and say, can I come this afternoon? That takes a little planning to work with my assistant coach and make sure I'm available for some time. So really a day in advance kind of thing. And love to make those connections and have that time if that's more convenient for your kid. Here is the 40-pound monstrosity AP Campbell book. This should just stay at home. We won't be pulling the book out in class for any reading or anything else. This is an on-the-desk, at-home reference. And also, your child, their syllabus has a connection to the online text, which isn't just a book, but has valuable resources in taking quizzes, etc. We also have a Class Sophia site that I put together, that I put all the units kind of together. The syllabus is actually up there also. Each unit is broken down. I have tutorial videos, which are just short, kind of not full lectures from class, but short things there. Those might have quizzes in them and stuff also. So that's a reference. It's got the reading guide that goes with the book to help them read the chapters that we are working on. It's got an activity guide, which I believe is the most valuable part that goes with the book, that makes them process and do the actual application of their thinking. So plenty of, almost overloaded between class and the book and the Sophia site and the online text of places to go. The AP Bio exam, the redo, is still fairly new in the first 4 or 5 years. So outside books, I really have no recommendation. Nothing has stood out to of any of the companies that are putting out extra books or study books or anything else that favors one or the other. I just believe rather than getting, while I like to load the kid with resources that I use from the class, I get wary of starting to buy even more stuff. Again, part of it is just how much time your son or daughter has in a day to devote to their studies and all those different resources, and how many different things are they seeing. And I want to make sure they don't get to a level that's too high on things, too overloaded. Anyhow, quick course highlights. It's a difficult exam. Just so you know, we were the first one in the redo because AP Biology was considered the easiest. About 275,000 and increasing test takers every year worldwide, and now at this point only 6% achieve a 5. So one of the things that I try and work with these high achieving students is it's not as much, the number is wonderful, but it's not always about the number. And that is, that's a hard thing to reach. And not that we don't have kids reach it. We love it when they reach that level, but trying to make sure that they understand that, it's not all or nothing at the 5 level. Currently, our passing rate is averaged over 85%, 3s, 4s, and 5s, and over 60% of those usually get a 4 or 5. And again, I think the greatest benefit is the learning, the application of the knowledge, the application of taking the test, very much like an ACT exam where you have to apply your knowledge, as opposed to there's really no memorization to it at all. Other points, I do assess the first day of every week, whether it's a quiz or unit exam. I try and do it I want to do it on a weekly basis so that they don't fall too far behind if there's stuff that they don't understand. I give them a unit packet and an outline immediately at the start of every unit so they can manage their time. That's the biggest thing. That's the hardest thing to do. They have a lot of things going on in their life. They've got school, they've got sports or fine arts or jobs or things along that line. They have plenty of things that they have to do. And so they need to manage that time. I love to say 30 minutes a day of studying would be great, and about 45 minutes to an hour each day on the weekend to prepare yourselves. That's not always possible. But at least if they have an idea where we are, and they're going to miss or they're busy, they can manage their time. And then use the book and the resources that are at home, do the best they can to study, form study groups with other students in the class. And please ask for as much help as need be. Don't be afraid to ask for help. I love answering questions. Okay? What can you do to kind of see that they're going on? You know your child. You can watch them and watch for signs of stress and see how much time they're spending. Please, if they are spending 3 hours a night studying, please stop them. We want effective studying, not burning themselves out and panicking on stuff. But check their unit packet. A little hard in this class because it's a lot of reading and everything else, but check maybe those activity guides and reading guides that they can download off the Sophia website. Ask them about the website. Watch a video with them. They're award-winning, amazing stuff. Ask about the class, what they learn, anything that might have inspired excitement. Really what I'm looking for is we have one goal together, and that's to get them through this tough maze, this tough path, this high-achieving class, knowing that they're going to make mistakes here and there, trying to boost them up if they do make a mistake, that it's not the end of all ends and they might as well just quit. Just, that's what life's about. The biggest thing I try not to do and stuff is be that snowplow. I want to give them knowledge. I want them to learn how to use knowledge. I want them to find their path and find their passion and find their direction and find what they want to do. But I can't do that if I completely clear the road from them and don't put a challenge or stuff in their way so that they can figure out really that they have no limits, that they just need to push themselves. So I hope that you'll join me in that adventure as we try and get your kid to be the most successful that they can. Anyhow, thank you for this time. I look forward to meeting you at conferences if we have the time to meet. And again, contact me anytime that you might have more questions or need more in-depth time with me. Thank you again, and have a good day.